You know, it's crazy. It's crazy to just kind of think of my whole career, how it's been 5 years of kind of the same routine, a bunch of football, and this is the last one. But I look back on my journey as a college football player, and just I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that I was given and all the ups and downs as well. Just kind of how I grew as a person and as a player through that. And so I'm really excited for Thursday. I'm excited to run out for the final time at Kyle Field in front of the 12th man, a place that it's only I think my sixth game here, maybe seventh game here, but it feels like home. And so it's going to be a really awesome night on Thanksgiving Day. So there's going to be a lot of hype around it, and I can't wait. There's several. I just kind of off the top of my head, when my brother went in for the first time, it was against Texas Tech, our redshirt freshman year, and that was a big moment for me. And then I also got to throw him a touchdown pass later on that season, which was pretty awesome. Some of the bowl games that we had, the Sugar Bowl, that was a big time win for us. And then coming here, making a decision to come to Aggie Land and just the way that this culture and this university wrap their arms around me, and then the success we've had this year, it's been great. It's been perfect. It's been a dream come true. I just try and be the same guy every day. Life is so circumstantial, and things are going to happen, the ups and the downs, but you got to just press on through and be the same person. And, I think, if I have energy, it feeds off into the other guys, especially when I'm kind of going through this injury or a down part of the day or anything like that. When you have energy, other guys feed off of that, and it allows them to have a positive attitude as well. So proud of Jake. I'm so thankful for his friendship and just the teammate that he's been to me. And he's played so well these last couple of weeks, and excited for him to get his first win as a starter on Kyle Field. I know that's a dream of his, and so love that dude to death. It's hard. It kind of takes a hit on your confidence when you lose a couple in a row, and games that we felt like we had an opportunity to win, but we just didn't come out on top. And so this past week, was a big game for us, and confidence builder for sure. You get a win under your belt going into the last game of the season, and if you can't get up to play against LSU on Thanksgiving Day and it's senior night, then maybe you shouldn't be around. And so we're going to be ready to go. We're excited to play, and it's going to be a fun night. Extremely talented, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They held a great Alabama team to 10 points. They do what they do, and they do it really, really, really well. And so we know we have our work cut out for us, and we're just going to kind of try and come out and execute the best we can and have a whole lot of fun.
Most definitely. San Antonio is definitely under-recruited, and for me to be able to kind of open the door, and Trev and people like us be able to open the door for others, it's a good feeling. Honestly, to be a great person. Everybody I come in contact with, I'm trying to basically leave them with them saying, it's not bad of a dude right there, and of course, for them to remember me on the field and all that, but for the most part, being a good person. It's emotional, it's hard to kind of comprehend right now, but I think once it gets closer to that date, it'll start sinking in a little more. I mean, it's definitely got to be running through that tunnel every week. It never gets old. It never gets old.
Pretty excited. It just makes me think how far I've come in my 3 years here, because I went from a red shirt to not really playing too much last year to starting this year. And, it's been a season of up and downs, but I wouldn't want to be on any other team, Running out the tunnel for the first time against, who was it? Been here for a while now, so I'm trying to think of who my first game here was against. I don't even remember who it was, to be honest. I think it was like a D1AA team, but just running out the tunnel for my first game here and just seeing the atmosphere, because I went from playing in front of like 50, 60 people in JUCO to 105,000 people, and it was kind of shocking at first, but I just love the atmosphere. I'm pretty excited, They wouldn't want to play on Thanksgiving against anyone else but LSU, and just that's a big game for us, and it's a big game for them, and it always is a big game, and it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a war in the trenches, and we're going to play our butts off and play as hard as we can.